And prior to this, there was no cap on the deductions, right? So I guess the question is, why is it necessary to have some sort of amount, especially for taxpayers in New York who are already paying so much?
That's right. The 2017 tax cut focused on federal tax relief. So it doubled the standard deduction, it doubled the child tax credit, it reduced the income tax rate, personal income tax across the board. And the thing with the SALT is the reason we need SALT relief is because our mayor and our governor keep abusing taxpayers. We have a high personal income tax at the state level, and the property tax levy keeps increasing year after year after year. Now, the state and city could do easily what was done on the federal level and reduce those income taxes rates across the board at the city and state level. They choose not to. They could also cap the property tax, which every municipality in the state of New York has a 2% property tax cap except New York City. We should have a cap, but they choose not to. So we're trying to find a federal solution on how we provide some type of relief to our taxpayers in New York from the federal level. Now, President Trump understands the impact of the high taxes imposed upon New Yorkers by the mayor and the governor and the state legislature, and he wants to work with us on this. So what we're trying to do is find a reasonable number that actually provides relief to middle-class taxpayers. We're not looking to help the ultra-wealthy, and that was what the unlimited cap did, but instead we're trying to tailor this so it really provides relief for middle-class families like the ones that I represent in Staten Island and southern Brooklyn.
So what exactly are the next steps then? Because President-elect Trump wants the lawmakers to decide.
Yeah, so he gave us a little bit of homework, and we have to figure out what that number would be. If you look back at 2016, income levels of less than $500,000, the average SALT deduction of $23,000 covered a vast majority of those taxpayers. So we'll have to see exactly what that number is and how it fits in the larger scheme of things. Because remember, we're not just dealing with this piece. You have the standard deduction that was doubled and provide tremendous relief. You had the child tax credit that was doubled and helped families. And then the alternative minimum tax cannot come back. That was also eliminated in 2017. And that is a tax that actually would prevent people from benefiting from a SALT deduction if they are in a middle-class tax bracket. So we have to watch out for that. That is one thing I've said cannot return. I think the governor is kind of being a little disingenuous there, and particularly those from her party are saying they don't want to provide relief for the very wealthy. So here we're trying to target something that really should get bipartisan support, and I hope it does.
Yeah, we want to switch gears now. We want to talk about congestion pricing. Now, everyone's been hearing that President-elect Trump, during your meeting in Mar-a-Lago, talked about getting rid of congestion pricing. Can you tell us specifically how he plans to do this? So we're exploring the legal options now. I believe that he has the ability to simply reverse the finding of no significant impact that was issued under the Biden administration. Clearly, congestion pricing has an impact on environmental impact and economic impact. It is shifting pollution outside of the zone to the other boroughs. It will have an economic impact on our economy as less people come in on the weekends, perhaps, to enjoy everything New York City has to offer. And so I believe that he has the ability to reverse the rubber stamping of the Biden administration and require that a full and thorough study, as required by federal law, by the way, is conducted. That is what we're suing on. We have a case pending in court. Right. Sadly, the judge did not issue an injunction to stop the program from taking effect until our case is heard, but we will still have our day in court. So I think if the president has the ability to reverse it, he will. I believe he does. And what I'll say is this is another problem created by the state. Governor Hochul did this, and you know what? We will try to provide relief and a fix on the federal level, but the burden is really placed on the state in this one.
Yeah, and again, I did ask the governor when I spoke to her on Friday about whether or not she thought that President Trump would try to do this reversal. She says that she believes that he would actually be willing to sit down and talk to her about it. My question to her was, and I'm curious if this came up in your meeting, was do you think that there could be retaliation from it, right? That Congress members or the president would withhold federal dollars if congestion pricing did not get reversed, right? Did that come up in the meeting? Did you discuss that? Is it on the table?
Look, I don't want to see funds stripped from my city, but I will say that they do need to come to Washington and explain how they're running things at the MTA. This is an agency with no accountability, no transparency. They need to come to Congress and explain how they're using the federal funding. They've received billions of dollars. Their projects are always over schedule, over budget, and they're trying to convince me, despite earning roughly $500 million on the Verrazano Bridge, that they need congestion pricing to make basic repairs to the bridge. That is ludicrous. And so what I would say is if they want to continue pushing this congestion pricing, they're going to have to come to Washington and fight for every dollar and justify every dollar. Now, maybe the governor's doing this for this very reason. Maybe she's trying to use congestion pricing as leverage to get a commitment from President Trump on federal funding. And what I would say is that the President previously said he wants to work with the governor to beautify our subway system and fix it. So I don't know why she decided to do this just weeks before he took office. That doesn't seem like it was a good faith.
Well, you keep us up to date on any new developments, and we appreciate your time this morning, Congresswoman Malliotakis.
Good to be with you. Thank you.